I thought this anime was supposed to make you feels good, not break your freaking heart. I tune in and watch it for 20 minutes of just pure joy and happiness, just sweetness, and make your heart go, oh my god, is this not the cutest thing ever? But no, episode 4 definitely hit me in the feels because they hit me with something I personally was not really expecting. Although looking back at the last few episodes, it kind of makes more sense now to me. But I will say, besides this one episode so far, it has been absolutely pure joy. It almost gives you a feeling like Kubo. So episode 4 starts their summer vacation, and Nishimura goes to her grandmother's house. And it just so happens that Takada used to live by Nishimura's grandmother, which honestly, I was wondering how they're going to bring Takada into this episode. I mean, that probably just sounds stupid. To me, I was like, well, I mean, obviously we're gonna meet up somehow, and it's like, oh, of course. They did on the first day that they hung out what Takada wanted to do, but then Nishimura was the one in charge of the second day because, well, she needed to visit a grave to pay respects. And not just any grave, her mother's grave, which I honestly should have saw this coming because in the last like 3 episodes, we haven't seen Nishimura's mom. We've seen her dad, obviously, but there's been no talk about her mom. We just know that she was not in the picture, but now it actually makes sense why she's not in the picture. And well, Takada pays his respect with Nishimura, but she did not tell him or anyone that her mother died. That's when Takada came to realize that this entire time he has been calling Nishimura the Grim Reaper, that it is a insult or, well, more so insensitive to her because he still hasn't figured out the reason why all the other kids call her the Grim Reaper. So he's still clueless in that aspect, but he does realize in another sense that he has been insulting her this entire time. Not for the reason all the other kids call her the Grim Reaper, but even though he is not the brightest dude, he can still come to realize that it's like, oh wow, I've been saying something very hurtful, very insensitive, and that brought him to break down. And I'm not gonna lie, man, when he started crying and when all that started to happen, I teared up a little bit. I was like, holy moly, man, you can't just do that to me out of nowhere. And I was already feeling a little emotional when found out that Nishimura's mom died. But when he started bawling his eyes out because he's like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be your friend and I've just been saying something so hurtful to you this entire time. Although she obviously didn't take it as an insult from him because, well, he's the only one who has been kind to her in any way. I'm sure she wasn't really thrilled about being called the Grim Reaper, but obviously he didn't mean it in any malicious intent. He wasn't calling her the Grim Reaper to bully her or be a jerk, so obviously she wasn't really too upset that he was calling her the Grim Reaper. Still, it just hit so freaking hard when he actually came to realize this entire time I have been very, very mean to my friend. And obviously he didn't mean that. But yeah, he's still somewhat clueless to the fact that she's being bullied and the actual reason why she's being called the Grim Reaper. So maybe he'll find out one day. I'm sure by the end of the series he will figure that out, and I really wonder what he's going to do about that. But I honestly wonder what the kids would do if they found out that Nishimura's mom did pass away. I feel like some of them might back off from the bullying because it's like, oh wow, yeah, that's really messed up, and, well, it is. But as the series is, they probably would double down on it. So very emotional episode to me, at least. I was really not expecting to be hit with all the feels right there, because every episode has been just so sweet and wholesome. It's like, oh, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably am a little bitch for tearing up and being pretty sad about it. But I mean, you probably can't disagree with me that it was at least a little bit sad finding that out. Episode 4 is the best episode besides episode 1 so far, but I hope you all did enjoy the video, and if you did, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like and consider subscribing, I would really appreciate that. Hope you all have a fantastic day, night, evening, morning, whatever the hell time it is for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.